Hi, I'm excited to be starting a new segment of Watercolor with Kimba. This image is from Watercolor Mama Dove. I'm not sure what page it is. I'll have it figured out when I edit the video, and I'll put it on the screen. But I chose to do one of the smaller ones. I'm still on the high from finishing the first segment, but it's time to rock and roll on a new one, so that is what we are doing. I'm going to talk a little bit about this image first before I get started. This, again, was inspired by the doves that chose to make their nest right outside our window this spring. And one of the things that really hit home for me is how the two doves worked together. They were both focused on the end result, and they work together so beautifully. So that's what this is about. This morning when I was sharpening all my pencils, I was drawn to praying colors. I've got several different sets of pencils, and so I've got some watercolor pencils in here for sure. I made sure of that. But I've got a lot of the praying. I was really drawn to the colors. So let's get started. I was drawn to a lot of the greens, and I know they're doves, but I'm feeling some green today. So here we go. This image I'm noticing is fairly light. I hope that the camera is picking it up, but I am going to go back over the image with Sharpie after I add color and before I add water, because I mentioned this in the last segment. If I waited to go over it with a Sharpie after this is wet, especially if I'm trying to do this all in one setting, which is my goal, then the Sharpie does not work as well, and I have ruined them. I end up throwing them out afterwards. So I'm gonna add the color, and then I will go back over and I will darken this image. Oh, that looks pretty already. I'm really liking this. I like the symmetry of this one. It's not exactly symmetrical, but I like how it feels. It's very balanced to me. I like that green. Make sure that you're picking this up. I like circles. I work with them a lot. Sometimes, especially when I'm not sure where to start with a drawing, but I know I want to draw, I will start with, I've got some stencils that I have, and I've got some round ones and some rectangular ones and some ovals, and I really like the circles. I'm drawn to them. So a lot of times when I'm not sure where to start, or even when I am sure, I will draw a circle first, and then I'll start sketching my image inside the circle. And especially if I have a short amount of time to draw, having a smaller space helps me quickly get focused once I start drawing. I like that. For now, I'm just going to hold that out. I am going to limit myself this time to these colors. I decided when I was sharpening my pencils, it was pretty clear that these are the colors. So that is what I'm going with. Now I'm outlining with a light gray, which to me is the traditional color of a dove. But I think they come in different colors. I'm not sure. I guess I should look that up since I'm so partial to doves. But in fact, maybe that'll be my next encyclopedia video. See what I can find on doves. But here where I am, the doves are gray. They've got some white on them. But I'm outlining this dove in gray, and you really can't tell. The other thing that I noticed when I was watching the doves with their nest, you cannot tell the male from the female. They're the same. With a lot of birds, you can. The male is a lot showier with their colors, but with doves, I've noticed, they are not. I really couldn't tell. The size is the same, the color is the same, and even the way they acted with their babies, you couldn't tell the difference between them. And these praying pencils are not watercolor, I don't think, but they do blend nicely with color. And so what I'm doing today is I'm using these along with watercolor pencils, so pencils that I know are watercolors. Because the last time I was all excited about my new pencils that I hadn't used, but none of them were watercolor. That's okay. I love how she turned out. And I'm really enjoying these colors. When I was sharpening my pencils, I could see what I was drawn to. Just soft, light colors. Okay, so that's just a nice outline. I'm going to let that go for now. I think we're going to make the center some orange. Slowly starting out here, I'm feeling it. I just feeling my way through. This is in the coloring book, and it's on another page with another image. So this is one of the half sheet. So if you are working from the coloring book, you can either, I think it's one on the top or the bottom, but you can either cut it out if you like, and then tape it down when you use your water, or you can color it on the same page as the other one, but just be careful. Really liking this with the color. The coloring part is my favorite part. I don't know if you guys are picking up on that yet. So yeah, this is what I would consider a mandala. It's a picture in a circle, and it gives you something to focus on. I like them. Something to meditate on. It brings you right into it. Alright, I'm going to let that one go for now. I think I will put some red in the center.